Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, which kind of unexpectedly became a chill zone last time after we were unable to go to war with Yemen, thanks to their alliance with the Mamluks. Hopefully the Ottomans will do something about that. They are potentially interested, actually, in being friends with us, since we are the enemy of their enemy. They are rival to the Mamluks. However, we do have the ability to invest in a new idea, in an expansion idea. We are about to get Admin Tech 8, however, and we're not ahead of time in that, so we'll just not bother with that for now. We can abolish our regiments. There's no need to do that at all. And we are currently drilling and annexing. We are annexing Makuria up here. So we will have direct borders with the Mamluks, which will be very, very interesting. Hopefully they won't decide to go to war with us immediately. How strong actually are the Mamluks right now? Let's take a look. Mamluks are here. They have 23,000 troops, force limit of 37. So they're actually pretty equivalent to us. They have no artillery currently. Are they behind us in military technology? They're not. They just didn't bother to build any, I guess. So we'll go ahead and once we have the money, we'll build another infantry unit, since we do have one more land force limit. Clergy and nobility are squabbling over land right now. Let's take a look here. Tajura is the province that they are upset about. It's got cows in it. That would be a pretty decent one for the clergy, since clergy love cattle, apparently. They would gain a bunch of loyalty. Nobility would lose loyalty. They're already a little on the grumpy side. Nobility would lose influence, importantly. They're at 62.4%. Let's go ahead and give it to the clergy. They can have it. It's just cows. We don't care about cows. Nobility are pretty upset about it, but that's fine. They can do that. 2.5% there. When will this finish? Yes. This was going to take a very, very long time because of our diplomatic reputation. 1504, so 10 years. That'll be going for a while. We do still want to attack Hobyo eventually. However, we do not currently have the ability to do that. However, now that we have annexed Weleda down here, we can call back this guy and start building a colony here so that we can fabricate on Hobyo. That will be expensive, though. We certainly can't afford to run 2 colonies. And we also have treason. Our nobles are failing to get the men that is required. We'll go ahead and punish the perpetrator, make the nobility even more angry. But we will gain the army, not even army tradition, army professionalism, which is very, very good for us. And we are on a new play session, so let's go ahead and de-mothball these guys and see if we can, in fact, have them privateering the Alexandria trade node without actually losing their mission. They lost their mission. Excellent. Do they require a leader to privateer? Perhaps they do. We'll recruit an admiral and find out. Not hunt pirates. We're not going to get anything from hunting pirates. Let's go ahead and privateer. We would not be making much money over there. Maybe we protect trade in Gulf of Aden. Yeah, that makes a small amount. We'll go ahead and do that. There we go. They are now protecting trade. We'll see if they keep protecting trade. Once the month tick happens, this may be bugged. Okay, they are still protecting trade. They are currently repairing, so they're not actually out protecting trade, but they will get there. Our manpower is ticking up. Our money is ticking down. Once they actually start protecting trade, though, they'll offset their fleet maintenance, so that should be good. We should be A-okay on that. We have an expiring CB with Mara, a trade conflict. We probably don't want to fight Mara. Although, maybe we do want to fight Mara. Yemen, Ajaran, Mogadishu, and Baluchistan. Where's Baluchistan? Must be off over here somewhere. Interesting. This would potentially give us a fight with Yemen, which we were looking for. It's only a trade conflict, CB, which ultimately wouldn't do us much good because the peace option, conquest of provinces, is disabled, which is the only real reason we want to go to war with Yemen. We want to take their territory. We did renew our loan, which is unfortunate. We are paying about a quarter of a ducat a month in interest, so that's no good. Ultimately, that will change, but for now, we're not making very much money. We're making a ducat a month. We're about to make less, though, because we're about to recruit another infantryman. Gotta have our military strong, after all. And this colony is not very far along. It's only 25.6% done, which is a bit unfortunate. I'd very much like to move our colonist to Ogaden. We absolutely cannot afford it, though. So we are pretty much in a chill zone for now. We are annexing a bit, building up our manpower, building up our finances a bit. Let's take a look, in fact, at our current inflation. We are slightly losing inflation every year, based on rounding issues there, looks like. Increased by 0.09 and reduced by 0.1. We are at 8% inflation, which is a bit unfortunate. It does increase our fort maintenance, but we are also currently making a fair amount, and we get Admin Tech 8, which allows us to build courthouses. There we go. The problem with a hereditary local nobility is that they tend to value their local interests over those of the rest of the nation. We need to steadily expand the reach of the government, which begins with the most important area of administration, justice. Can now build courthouse. Excellent. We can also now have 3 more states. We'll need to conquer a few more to actually have control of them. And the nobility are considerably less influential now. Excellent. Can we actually poke our estates at all to ask them for things? Yeah, we can get some ducks. That'll be handy. Very handy, in fact. And we cannot demand admin support there. And we cannot demand military support there. Okay. Trade conflict CB against them is gone. That is fine. We were really not going to be using that anyway. That was extremely unlikely to happen since we aren't able to actually take anything from Yemen. Our noble families are feuding, though. We can have 6 noble regiments in Gezira. Where is Gezira? Gezira is here. That's quite a ways from our military. Or we can get 25% local autonomy in Butana, or lose 33 dip power. We are behind time on dip tech still. Significantly. We're 3 techs behind. We're only Miltech 5. We should probably shift our focus over to dip tech. There we go. Just get that caught up. And we absolutely should not spend 33 dip power on this if we can get away with it. Let's go ahead and side with one family. 6 noble regiments will rise up there. We can march these guys up to take care of it. They'll capture this and probably raise the autonomy or something there. But not much to be done about that. It just happened to be across the empire. Yeah, 10% autonomy. That's not the worst thing. And as far as our vassals go, we do have some angry vassals still. We are currently improving relations in Adal. We should probably go ahead and do the same in Warsangali. We have not improved relations very much there at all. We don't want to send an insult to our vassal. There we go. Influenza. Rumors say that sailors came back from a trip sick like hell, and the ones who didn't die on board infested the whole city with their disease. It is time to act before the whole country dies from coughing and cold sweat. We can quarantine the port and let them die. It'll cost us 50 admin power that we don't have. We would go negative there. That would be very unfortunate. Or, this is not the first flu in our country. We don't care. Mocha gets influenza and doesn't do very much at all. As opposed to this, where Mocha gets quarantined influenza and doesn't do much at all. However, influenza can spread from non-quarantined provinces. I guess we have to quarantine it, take the admin hit. It is a bit unfortunate, but we did just get our admin tech, so we are ahead of time there 9 years. It's not the worst thing. And there go the rebels. Get out of here, rebels. We don't like rebels. Rebels are the worst. Just recap this back real quick. The rumor is spreading that Hejaz is planning to attack Hassa in a war of aggression. And the leader of Hassa, or the leader of Hejaz, is a babbling buffoon, hence why we know it. That's fine. Hejaz and Hassa can fight. We wanted to grab these guys, not go to our diplomacy. Hejaz is here, Hassa is here. They're a little close to us, but they're going to be fighting each other. Hassa actually has borders with Yemen as well. Kind of this snake shape. It's actually very interesting how this happened. I would like to know how they became this snake shape. It's a pretty unusual shape. This is much more typical over here. These guys are allied with Yemen, Ajran, Mogadishu, and Baluchistan. That's right. Now we have a rebel uprising coming up. Yemeni separatists. They're going to be popping in Mocha, which is here. Go ahead and stop these guys from drilling. These guys can start drilling again, though. And then this army will regenerate their morale while these rebels think about when they're going to pop. About 1.1 years, apparently. I would say we should go ahead and decrease autonomy there and make them really unhappy so that they would pop more quickly, but we have no autonomy in that province, which is a bit unfortunate. Anaria, would you guys accept vassalization? They would. They would actually accept vassalization. We would have to make them happy. Can we actually improve this any further? No, we might as well pull this guy back from Adal. He's not doing anything there. Let's go ahead, and we have royal ties with them already. Good relations, alliance. Let's proclaim a guarantee of their independence. Which is kind of ironic, considering we're going to vassalize them and annex them. But they're going to be independent while that happens. We're not going to declare war on them, so. Once we can send another one, there we go. We will go ahead and improve relation with them. Once they get up to 190, we will stop relation improvement and offer them vassalization. That'll be a little bit, though. We actually have enough gold now, almost, to repay our loan. We need another 11 gold, apparently. We're getting close on that, though. About 6 more months. That's actually really, really good. If we can get rid of this loan, that will be a big deal. Because that'll go a long ways towards paying for the maintenance of this fort. Normally I don't like building forts, but in this case this is just such a strong strategic position. We have to hold this against Yemen. It gives us full control over this crossing. Ajuran trade conflict. Okay. We can't really fight them. Mara and Mombasa. I mean, Mara's there. Mombasa is down here. Yes. Freed from... Wow. We did more damage to Kilwa than I thought we did. Look at Maravi. They have really moved in here. That is a potential concern, actually. Maravi is going to be quite strong. Let's take a look here. Maravi is... where? I'm not seeing it. Am I blind? No, it's just not here. Interesting. We don't actually have any data on them. Okay. We're now an entrepreneur. Plus 10% trade efficiency. That'll be very good for our actual money. Which we're not making very much of currently. And most of our profits are actually from war reparations. The Mamluks are actually getting chunked out by the Ottomans again. This is a potential opportunity. Yemen is in that war, though. I have a thought. Mamluks have 30,000 troops and 20,000 manpower. Hypothetically, if we were to declare on Yemen, Mara, Shamar, Mamluks, and Habyo. Mamluks are almost certainly completely occupied by Akkoyunlu here and the Ottomans. If they come down here, they lose big up here. Do we have a claim on Yemen? I believe we do. On Tays, perhaps? Mamluks has a permanent claim on it. We don't actually seem to. Let's go ahead and pull this guy back from War Sangali. And we can just double check that we have no claim on them. Yeah, we have no claim. So we should totally start building a spy network. And in the meantime, we'll let the Mamluks throw their troops away over there. These guys can go ahead and march down here. We want them to knock Habyo out of this war immediately, so that they can then walk up and defend our vassals up here against the Mamluks. Maybe take some territory going up this way. That would be nice. We have a good choke point here. Taking up through here would be a fantastic choke point. Beja considered seas to be core. We could also potentially take this, which would be another really, really solid choke point. I like this war concept. This is a good one. Hassa and Hejaz are fighting now. And we have intrigues in Gondar, our capital here. A Nubian official, no advisor. Okay. I'm gonna guess that is either this not guy or this not guy, but one of those that don't exist has angered many of those closest to this guy. This guy, a completely different unpronounceable guy, a member of one of the oldest Amhara families in our country, has approached our monarch demanding that we relieve no advisor of his position. Oh, okay, that is actually our diplomatic advisor. That is actually this guy. So this is a little bugged here. We would lose him, we would lose 50 dip power, and that guy would join our court, skill 2. He's a naval reformer. Or could lose 10 legitimacy. Let's lose the 10 legitimacy. This is a lot of diplomatic power that we really can't afford to lose right now. Now we do have this rebellion still happening. And that will be happening in 6 months or so. With any luck, that'll happen quickly. There it is. That is actually perfect timing. Now, this fort is currently having no maintenance, so these guys are not, in fact, going to have to siege it, but we can just crush them really quickly with our primary stack here. And there they go. Yeah, we don't have our trade conflict CB anymore. Bit unfortunate. Okay, we'll let these guys regenerate up. These guys will be responsible for fighting Mara and Yemen. Where is Shamar? These guys? Okay, that's not particularly scary. So yeah, the plan is knock Habyo out of the war immediately, and then come up and fight Mamluks up here, while these guys knock Yemen and Mara out of the war, and maybe walk up to Shamar. That's kind of the concept here. Hopefully this war will still be going on, and hopefully the Mamluks will actually join it. They are losing their manpower very, very quickly. Ottomans are just rolling over them, as expected. Unfortunately, we didn't have our spy network built up to seize on this opportunity. That was a mistake that we should have had. I was under the impression that we had a claim here, but maybe it was lost at some point. They only last 25 years. So it's possible that we had a claim, but no more. So, hopefully... Hello. Kara Lu is down here occupying crap. Good job, Kara. Oh, Ottoman Anatolia is no longer a thing. Looks like this is still their capital in Constantinople. Okay. They're also a pretty scary thing. Let's see what we have here as far as data on them. Looks like this is in opposite order. The Ottomans currently have 40,000 manpower, 50,000 troops, force limit of 69, which isn't as bad as it could be. They have roughly double our army. I've seen worse. I've won harder wars. We'd need a solid plan, good choke points, good defensive terrain. We'd need some pretty major advantages to win that right now. Luckily, we're not fighting them right now. Accommodation with natives in Kosti. They're not going to fight us as much, but they weren't going to fight us anyway, so it's irrelevant. Some of our citizens have decided to strike out and found a new colony. Gain 50 population in Kosti, or 200 settlers will arrive in Tagali. Here. Well, we really can't afford to run 2 colonies. Let's direct them to an existing colony. It's still a good event. It still gives us a decent amount of increase to Kosti here. 0.5%. We're halfway done with that. And this will give us an excuse to fight Habyo, which would be very nice. We'll probably take as much of this as we can ourselves if we can core it. I'm not sure we can. We don't really want to vassalize them, though. That's what we have Eneria for, to be our shiny new vassal. We are at 15 out of the 20 that we need to pull this off. The war with Ottomans is actually at a stalemate still. Here it's not. This is a separate war? Or is this their war score with Ottomans? Well, the Mamluks are losing both of these wars, which is fine for us. We're going to take advantage of them. We could theoretically declare on the Mamluks. Shamar, Yemen, and Gazamuk. These guys we'd still be fighting. Gazamuk is, I believe, up here somewhere. One of the little nations up inside of the Ottomans. Do we actually have a good CB on them? Well, we could press these. But I like our other plan better. It allows us to go after some of these other guys over here, as well as the Mamluks. So we'll go ahead and keep doing that. Kilwa is threatening our trade. Good job, Kilwa. You've taken some pretty major losses there. Not so much a power anymore. Depending on how this war pans out, this may be our most difficult war yet. This army is going to be responsible for a lot. Because this one is occupied down here and then up here. Next month, though. Next month we'll be able to do this. Okay. Let's go ahead and fabricate our claim here. On Taze. We can now justify a war there. Go ahead and pull this guy back. And we can now declare on them. Okay, so Habyo, Mamluks, Shamar, and Mara will all come in. Medjugorje will only come in if we promise some territorial gains. Eneria will not come in at all. If we wait slightly, if we wait 2 more months, we'll be able to vassalize Eneria diplomatically, and then we will have their help with their 6k stack here. Although it'll probably be a 3k stack once we vassalize them. But that's still 3,000 more troops than we would have to try to hold them off. So we'll go ahead and wait on that. We have a timber surplus. We can build some ships. Minus 5% to shipbuilding costs. That's nice. Oh, 189. We still do need 1 more month. Come on. We're so close to this war. We should double check the Ottomans. They're 191. Okay, we'll go ahead and pull these guys back. These guys, we will offer them vassalization. And they accepted. Excellent. So, let's go ahead and double check the Mamluks here. They have 19,000 manpower right now, 23,000 troops. They did get some artillery. They are starting to murk up, though. They are losing this war hard. Okay, we need to do this pretty much right now. All of these guys will join in. We don't need to co-belligerent any of them. I would feel a lot better about this war if we had a third stack. This stack just has a lot of responsibilities up here. We should re-maintain this and let it do 1 month tick, just to be on the safe side. Yemen's army will not be around here. They're almost certainly up here fighting. There we go. There's a month's tick. They will have to siege this now. And now we should go ahead and declare our war. Medjugorje would come in if we promised them territorial gains. They're not currently our vassal. We're not going to give them territorial gains. So we'll not promise it to them. We do want to diplomatically vassalize them later on. As of right now, we're okay with them just being an ally. I think this will be okay. Go ahead and do this. Confirm that. They have 3 forts right here. That's going to be fun. Gonna go ahead and march into here. We'll keep these guys fairly grouped together around here. There's not too much that we actually need to do. Since we have this fort here, they can't get across unless they use boats. These guys, we're going to have to tick a day. And now they can walk into Habio, and so they shall. We need to knock Habio out of this war immediately, because we're fighting on 3 fronts currently. Okay, there's their army. We need to catch their army very, very, very quickly. Okay, we're doing fine up there. Their army is actually going to get there before us. Highly unfortunate. Let's see if we can catch them up here. We can't. We need to try to cut them off. These guys are fast. They have 4 maneuver on this general. We did manage to cut them off, though. There's no way they can get out of that. So we'll go ahead and come back here. Looks like our vassals are busily sieging Mamluks up there. This is good. We lost? Wait. What happened there? We had morale. I'm very confused. Let's take a look here. We should be able to catch them here. Yes, we can. This is good. Desperately needs to happen. And yeah, I don't know what happened there. We just stack wiped them. They're out of this. We'll go ahead and shift consolidate this. Pull out some troops to do a bit of a blanket siege. Like so. This is a level 1 fort. So we don't actually need most of these troops here. Go ahead and pull out that. These guys can come down here. Our vassals will keep the Mamluks buffered for a while. This is a level 3 or level 1 fort, so we do not need all of these guys here. We will go ahead and pull out all of these guys. And these guys can walk over to Damar and start sieging that. We do need to keep our troops relatively grouped up over here. However, they're so close together that we can just do something like this. Although, actually, that requires 6 troops there. So we'll go ahead and leave behind just enough troops for that. We got a wall breach here already. That's nice. Quality ivory. Our ivory production has of late been of much higher quality than usual. People are admiring the quality of the workmanship. It's a good day. 20 prestige. 20 prestige, wow. That is a good day. And it's also a good time to put a cut in. Well, kind of. We're in the middle of this war. We're at minus 4% war scores thanks to that weird loss over there. I'll have to go back and try to see what happened to that one. But for now, let's put a cut in here, and we will finish this war next episode. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.